Let me share the screen as usual. You know that I have kept all the materials which I that teach you, which I share with you in this drive. Today, last time I told you lesson 1.1 development of society, lesson 1.2 types of society. Afterwards, I told you our identities. Yes, even I completed by teaching socialization. Didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today let's go to the next unit. Let's start the unit 2. Today, lesson 2.1. What is development? Very interesting topic. Development, culture, politics, economics, history are the subject matter of social studies. Uh, because of social studies subject, you might be developing a bit interest on them as well. And in your near future too, you should have a sound knowledge on politics, society, culture, and everything whatever are existing around us. Yes. Otherwise, we can socialize ourselves. We can adjust ourselves into the society. Last time when we were discussing on the topic socialization, at that time also, you have got a lot of ideas. Okay. Let me show you in a big size. Okay. Welcome everyone. Lesson 2.1. Topic goes like this. What is development? Yes. What is development? Do you know? Can you define yourself? Do you have any idea on development? Because it is the common actually terminology word which is frequently time and again used by your social teacher. Besides social teacher, most of the subject teacher use this. Okay. Can you tell anybody, Ritunja or Provis, do you try to define the development on your mobile screen or laptop screen? You are seeing also. You can see also what if I am showing you. Have you seen this screen? A slide which I am showing you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me go ahead. Okay. Nobody respond me, so let me go ahead. What is development? Question. There's a topic. Topic is in question form. Okay. I have brought its answer here as a definition. Look here. Development. Development is a positive change. Okay. Development is a positive change that improves the quality of life of all people. It's given in your book too. Development is such a positive change, such actually reformative work, which that improve the quality of life of the all people who are living in a particular nation, particular district, particular municipality, or particular village. Okay, and such changes, positive change is development, and such change should occur in every field. In education sector, there should occur positive change. There should occur positive change in transportation sector, communication sector, health sector, each and every sector is required to run our life very easily and comfortably. Yes. Therefore, the positive changes occur in every sector if that really improve the quality of life, which really help to generate the high income, which really help to make the healthy every people healthy one, which really help to make the every people highly educated and very much happy. Such positive changes can be defined as development. Okay, I told you. Um, in a broad sense also, okay, I have described this, I have defined this term development in a bit lengthy way, in a broad sense as well. Okay, you have understood. Look here, example, construction of road. Suppose you are from village, there is not a constructed road, there is suppose muddy road, okay. there is muddy road or gravel road. Suddenly, you know that these days, if there is going on construction of road on that gravel road by replacing gravel road, which was existing in your village or city, definitely you are very much happy there at present. On the one hand, and on the other hand, in near future, you'll feel very much easier to do so many activities there while using vehicle, while walking over the and that very road can be used for different purposes by uh, what to say different businessmen and so on as well, even all kind of public. Similar, therefore, construction of road is one of the great example of development, because if there is build a road by replacing gravel road or muddy road, definitely that will bring positive change in that particular village or cities. Okay, establishment of school and bank. If uh, if there is established one such school which provide really quality education to the all student in English medium, okay, in English language, such school where every parents want to join their, admit their, that children for quality education. To some extent, our Radhika has actually been providing, that quality education to the student in English medium, although it is government school. Therefore, there is flow of student is in large number. This year also, we have got large number of students who are willing to join in our school, want to be admitted in our school for a quality education, isn't it? I mean, school, college, bank, whatever are established there or whatever are constructed there, those all are example of development. Okay. Okay. Beside that, regarding development, more ideas I have brought here. Some other ideas also I have brought here. Some other information are also I have brought over here. Look here. Point number 2: the level of development is not equal everywhere. When we talk about development, okay, when we analyze the development of particular nation, particular district, particular province, definitely we don't find equal, I mean, development happen equally everywhere. We won't find the harmonious development. We won't find the balanced development. We, you know that we have been reading about the imbalanced development, unequal development of Nepal for many years. From your childhood you have been reading. When there was unitarianism in Nepal, unitary political system in Nepal, when there was single government in Kathmandu, when there were existing 5 development regions, we used to read that far western, mid-western development region is one of the least development regions. You know that. And that another one, that development region is the one of the what to say, very much developed development region. In this way, we used to analyze the development region. It means there were not equal development. Okay, there were not equal development. Far Western development region, Midwestern development region were lagging behind in terms of development as we compare them with rest development region, Eastern development region, and many more other development regions of our nation. Similarly, at present also, although political ruling system has changed, there has been already launched federal political system in our Nepal. Nepal has been already divided into 7 provinces: province number 1, province number 2, Bagmati province, Karnali province, Sudur Pasim province, and so on are there. Still, although new political system, new ruling system has been launched there, still there are existing imbalance. Still there is not available harmonious development in our Nepal. Still, Sudur Pasim province is lagging behind. It is backward in terms of development as we compare Sudur Pasim, development region with Bagmati province or province number 1. Yes, therefore, when we talk about development, we shouldn't think that there should be equal development all over the nation or all over the district. It is not possible. Okay, level of development are found. I mean, level of development differ place to place, district to district, nation to nation. Our nation is very much backward nation. USA and China is very much developed nation. Look here. European countries, look here. European countries have been developing rapidly for over 200 years. Therefore, how can we imagine? How can we say that, or how can we imagine that Nepal should be also, as developed as European countries? Look here, Nepal lies in Asian country. Nepal is Asian country. Okay, African and Asian countries have been developing for about 50 years early. Development activities rapidly taking place there in Asian countries like Nepal, African, so many other African countries for about just 50 years. Since 50 years ago, there has been taking place developmental activities. But in European countries like, UK, USA, and many more other European nations, there has been taking place developmental activities for over 200 years. Yes, that means European countries are 150 years, ahead than our nation. Therefore, we can imagine that Nepal should be also, or can be also, as developed as European countries in the future. It is impossible. Therefore, level of development cannot be found equal everywhere. It differs. It differs nation to nation. It differs district to district. It differs province to province, and even continent to continent as well. Okay, now let's go to the next slide. Look here, I have brought a picture for you. What's happening in this picture? Dipti, what's happening in this picture? Definitely, certainly, here is happening development activity. Okay, here is this actually here people are constructing road. They are converting the gravel road into the pitch road. Am I right? Gravel road into the pitch road. This is one of the great example of development. Great example of development. Already I have even explained the example of development. This is the picture belong to development work. If there is going on construction of drain in your village or city, that is also development. If there is going on construction of school, college, university, temple, and any other any other government offices in your village and locality, that those also comes under development. Okay, I shouldn't describe much this, I think so. Now let's go to the third slide. It is also belong to the same actually major topic, that is what is development. Okay, what is development? We have got ideas. What are the example of development? Even we have got ideas. You have seen the one picture also belong to development. Now you have got, I think, many more ideas on development. Now we have got the idea on development too. Okay, now how can we actually achieve the true development, harmonious development, sustainable development, human development? The true development denotes such thing. Harmonious development or balanced development, how can we achieve this? How can we run such development project there to maintain the equal harmonious development, equal development all over the nation, all over the province, or all over the district, or all over the municipality. Number one, what Nepal government should do? Prashant, listen here. What Nepal government should do? Nepal government should prepare and formulate appropriate planning. Without planning, we can't do anything. In order to run this virtual class as well, students, teachers of Radhika, we gather in our actually school's office so many times, although there is pandemic time, there is threat of COVID-19. We actually keeping our life at risk, we gather there at the office of our Radhika many times there, and we decided to run virtual class this year also to minimize the, minimize the different sort of problem which might occur in near future as we start our physical classes. Okay. So even for running virtual class, we need a plan. We should prepare a plan. Definitely to bring the harmonious development, balanced development, true development all over the nation require very much important, very much perfect, or to say perfect planning and plan required there. Without plan, we can't do anything. Without plan, Nepal government also can launch different project in a different sector to bring the balanced development, to bring the harmonious development all over the nation. Therefore, appropriate planning is one of the way of achieving the development. Okay, next point, next way of achieving the development is skill manpower provision. Yes, government has to has to make the provision of different manpower, skilled manpower, highly skilled manpower required for different sector. To, develop the health sector, there should be produced highly skilled doctors, nurse, and so many other health workers. Similarly, to run education sector smoothly and to provide the quality education to the student, government has to establish the university, college, school, especially technical college school should be established. Okay, in these days to provide quality education, technical education to the students so that they can compete with the A1 students of foreign countries in near future, so that they can survive easily in near future by earning high amount of money. Okay. Therefore, skill manpower provision, I mean, government has to produce the manpower required for different sector according to the perfect plan. Afterwards only, there can be there can be maintained harmonious and balanced development all over the nation. Each and every district, each and every village, executive, municipalities and provinces can be developed equally if it is done. Okay? Application of modern technology. Look here. To achieve the development, to achieve the to achieve the equal development, to achieve the true development and balanced development or human development, what should be done there? There should be applied, there should be utilized modern technology uh, as many as possible. Yes, how many actually modern technology are available there? Women has to try to use them, okay, as far as possible. Okay, so that what can be done? There can be brought the equal development all over the nation. You know that without technology nowadays, we can't do anything. Okay, without Zoom technology, Zoom software, it was not possible to run this the virtual class too. Therefore, even for running the true development, balanced development all over the nation, modern technology must be utilized by the those actually runner of the different project, even the government who actually launch different programs all over the nation in a different sector to bring the true development. Similarly, fourth point is here, maintenance of peace and stability. Maintenance of peace and stability. To sorry, to achieve the development, to achieve the development, to actually bring the harmonious development all over the nation, all over the province, all over our municipality, what should be done? There should be maintain the peace. There should be restore the peace if there is not peaceful condition. If there is already peace, that peace should be continued. Yes, and there should be stability too. Stable peace required there. Stable government required there. A government, that a government which is elected through the election must be given, must be given opportunity to rule during, what to say, during their tenure without any sort of disturbance. How the present prime minister and his government, that get disturbed by the different political parties leader and his one political party's leader, such situation there shouldn't be. Actually, in Nepal at present, there is not peaceful condition. all over the world at this time, there is not peaceful condition. There is threat of COVID-19 everywhere. And regarding Nepal, in regard to Nepal, there is even what to say, uh, unstable, political system. Instability is existing there. There is going on quarrel, battle, verbal battle, cold war among the political leaders. Yes. Okay. Now, next topic, next one ideas to achieve the true development is good leadership. Definitely. If there are good leaders ruling the nation, such nation can achieve true development, harmonious development very easily within few years. Therefore, there should be good leadership to whom we actually elect on the post of prime minister, on the post of member of parliament, should work honestly, sincerely to develop the nation. They should develop the good leadership to actually produce such good leaders to lead the nation perfectly in near future. Government has to include the such lesson, such actually materials in the curriculum of university, college, and school as well, so that in near future they will produce good leaders for leading the nation. You know that leaders, writer, teacher, professor, engineer, doctor, every kind of manpower, that one day all of you will change into different type of manpower. You might be teacher, you might be leader, you might be writer, actor, actress, isn't it? But if you have got quality education, if you have got sound knowledge on such thing and sector, definitely you will be the perfect leader, perfect actor, perfect writer in near future. And if there are actually available perfect and skilled manpower for different sector, definitely to develop is easily possible. Now, last one actually way of achieving the development is proper utilization of human and natural resources. Yes, natural resources like river, large volume of water of every river. Similarly, human resources like skilled manpower, like doctor, engineer, professor, teacher, leaders, writer. All should be utilized wisely. Uh, you know, Properly by the government, by the Nepal government. Those should be mobilized in different sector, in which sector they belong to, isn't it? If it is done by Nepal government, if government utilize the large volume of water of different rivers of our Nepal, there are flowing, more than 6,000 river and rivulets in Nepal. If those are utilized to generate simply hydroelectricity only, Nepal will be developed very much soon in near future. Similarly, different human resources, skill, unskilled, semi-skill, and highly skilled manpower of this nation, if they are not allowed to go to the different foreign countries, European and Gulf countries, definitely they might stay in Nepal and they might develop the nation in near future. For this purpose, government has to bring particular program, special project, special planning. There should be, special programs should be launched there to address their problems so that people won't leave their nation and start to utilize their own natural resources for development, isn't it? These some, technique and ideas can be applied by Nepal government to achieve the true development. And in this task, in this work, even we can take part. You might know, when we talk about the true development, sustainable development, people participation is very much important. Yes. If we have to also assist the government in development activities. Okay, now let's go to the next topic, indicators for measuring development. Now we have talked so far about development, how to achieve the development, true development, sustainable or human development or harmonious development. We have got idea on it. Okay. Susan, are you listening me? Look here. Susan, got right? Uh, mm, Indicators for measuring development. How we measure the weight of the solid things like paddy, millet, meat, and so on. Similarly, by using certain units, technique, and tool, we can even measure the development. Although development is a concept, you know, development is a concept. It is a concept. Yes, as there is going on construction of brain, we address that, we recognize that, we know that, we consider that is a development work. Yes, but such development work also can be measured. Look here, GDP, first tool and technique to measure the development, or first indicator for measuring the development is GDP. Its full form goes like this: first, gross domestic product. Next is second indicator of measuring development. Second tool to measure the development is gross national product, GNP. Third one, it goes like this: GNI, gross national income. And fourth one is PCI, per capita income. These are the some tools, technique, indicators which help to measure the level of development of different nations. If Nepal's GDP is highest one, what does it mean? Nepal must be developed country, most developed country. But such situation isn't here now. Nepal GDP of China, USA is higher than our. Their GDP is highest than other countries, highest of all. Similarly, PCI of USA and PCI of Nepalese people, Nepal, if we compare, really that also gives us a lot of ideas on level of development. Our nation is far behind in terms of development. As we compare our nation with European countries, even with Asian country like China. Okay? Now let's go to, let's try to know the differences among the GDP, GNP, and GNI. Yes, Pravesh, listen here. GDP, gross domestic product. You know that full form of GDP is gross domestic product, and GNP's full form is gross national product. I have told you already also a minute ago. GNI, its full form goes like this: gross national income. Look here, GDP. Then what does it mean? GDP means total value of national output, total value of product and services produced within a year, within a country, within a year. Are you listening? Look here. To some extent, I have modified this information. What if I have brought over here for you? GDP is the total value of the product and services produced within a nation within a year is known as GDP. Okay, and GNP means GDP plus net property income from abroad. Yes, it means GNP includes even GDP. To calculate the GNP, there should be calculated for, first of all, we have to calculate GDP. Afterwards, there should be added even the net property income from the abroad. Those who are working in abroad, our relatives, parents, our neighbors who are earning there nicely in abroad, European countries, Gulf countries, their income should be also added, in a GDP. Yes. Are you listening? But in GDP, it doesn't. It is not done. Okay. Look at what is GNI then? GNI means it is similar to GNP. Some value of output by resident procedure, producers, how much actually the resident producer or citizen of particular nation has been earning, there some value is added here, plus net receipts of the primary income from abroad, even how much amount of money is earned by the particular citizens who are working in different foreign countries, plus any product taxes not included in a valuation of output is also added in a GNI. Okay, therefore GNI looks and sound, that what to say, it gives includes so many things. Okay, It includes so many things. Now look here, GDP. What is GDP? GDP includes income of the foreign multinational. Foreign multinational means foreign countries, rich people of foreign countries have established, multinational company. Rich people of China, rich people of USA, rich people of UK, rich people of Singapore. They have formed collectively, a multinational company, and such multinational company they establish in a different countries, European countries, Gulf countries, even in Asian countries, poor countries like Nepal as well, in poor countries like Nepal as well. Listen, such industries, factories are known as multinational companies. In GDP, while calculating GDP, multinational companies, their income is also, their earning is also added. Yeah, it is included, means added, okay, while calculating GDP. But in GNP, while calculating GNP, it is excluded. It is excluded. Look here, excludes income earned by the multinational when profit is sent back to the other country. China, Japan, or whatever country have actually established multinational company in Nepal and have been producing their different product. Definitely, the profit earned by their factory and industry they send to their one country. Therefore, it shouldn't be included in a GNP or in a actually total income of the nation. This GNP is just such actually tool which doesn't include them. Rather excludes them. Okay. GNI, what is GNI? Then a country which earns positive net income on the FDI will include in GNI but not GDP. Okay. A country which earns positive net income on FDI, foreign direct investment, will include in a GNI but not GDP. A bit confusing one. Yes. Simply keep in mind, in GNI, what is done? In GNI, you know that net income on foreign FDI will include in a GNI. It means FDI is also added in a GNI, foreign direct investment. From the foreign direct investment, how much actually money is being generated within a nation. Okay, that earning is also added in GNI while calculating it. But it is not done in GDP. It's clear as well. Yes. It looks a bit confusing, but it is clear as well. In this way, this type of some differences are existing there, are found there among the GDP, GNP, and GNI. Okay, guys. Now, what is PCI? You might know. Okay, there is left just 2 minutes. Therefore, I am in a hurry to. This per capita income, definition of per capita income, or we have discussion per capita income many times before as well. Different social teacher in the school have, I think, taught you defining what is per capita income, although I have doubt it. Look, per capita income is average income on by, that on per person in a given area, okay, within a year. In this way, I can tell you, per capita income is the earning, average earning, average income of the citizen of a country within a year. In average, how much Nepalese people earn within a year? It is known as PCI. Yes, suppose Nepalese earn within a year, suppose 1 lakh. Within a year, suppose 5 lakh. That can be the PCI of the nation. Similarly, foreign direct investment is the process where resident of one country acquire ownership of assets for the purpose of controlling the production, distribution, and other activities of a firm in another country. It's actually sounds like, looks like even multinational. Other nations, people, investor comes in our nation, invest in certain factories and industries. Okay, and we will be the host country. Our country will be the host country. If such situation is there, it is known as FDI, foreign direct investment. Okay, there is less than 1 minute. Therefore, guys, that's all today. I stop sharing the screen. Thank you so much. You have listened me carefully. I hope you have learned something as their own topic development and so on. Thank you. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day.
See you tomorrow, sir.
Have a nice day.